You ever play a game that was so good, you just assumed there'd be a sequel, but it never happened? Some of these games had unfinished stories, while others were just too good to leave behind. Yet, for whatever reason, the developers moved on, leaving fans wondering what if? This is FPS Xpert, and today, we're talking about games that should have gotten a sequel, but never did. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Alright, let's get into it. Kicking off the list with Bloodborne. It's been nearly a decade, and fans are still begging for a sequel.
Why?
Because Bloodborne wasn't just another action RPG, it was an experience. The eerie gothic world, the brutal yet satisfying combat, the deep, cryptic lore, it all felt like the start of something bigger. But From Software? Completely silent. No sequel, no remake, not even a 60 FPS patch for the original. Just imagine what Bloodborne 2 could be. Bigger nightmare realms, new hunters with even more insane weapons, and a deeper dive into the cosmic horror that made the first game so unforgettable. Yet here we are, still waiting. Will it ever happen? Who knows, but one thing's for sure. Fans aren't giving up hope anytime soon. Next up, Bully. Rockstar is known for GTA and Red Dead Redemption, but back in 2006, they gave us something completely different, a high school open-world game with a rebellious twist. Bully had charm, humor, and a school setting that felt surprisingly fresh. It became a cult classic, and for years, fans have been hoping for a sequel. Just think about the possibilities. Bully 2 could follow Jimmy in college, dealing with even bigger rivalries, or introduce a brand new troublemaker in a different school. With Rockstar's modern open-world tech, a sequel could be insane. But instead of giving us Bully 2, Rockstar keeps dropping GTA Online updates. Will it ever happen? At this point, it's anyone's guess. Next on our list, Sleeping Dogs. This game gave us everything: a gripping story, amazing martial arts combat, and a huge open-world Hong Kong to explore. It was like Grand Theft Auto meets The Raid, and it was a hit. But even with all that success, we never got a sequel. Sleeping Dogs 2 could have taken everything to the next level. Imagine upgraded combat mechanics, new martial arts styles, and an even bigger, more detailed Hong Kong to explore. The potential was huge, and fans have been left wondering why this amazing franchise got sidelined. Wouldn't it have been incredible to get back into Wei Shin's shoes, or follow a whole new character in the gritty underworld of Hong Kong? But for now, we're just left with the first game, and a lot of what-ifs. Up next, Half-Life 2. This game redefined what first-person shooters could be. The story, the atmosphere, the physics, it was ahead of its time. But what made Half-Life 2 even more unforgettable was the cliffhanger ending. Fans have been waiting for Half-Life 3 ever since, hoping for some kind of resolution. Valve gave us Half-Life Alyx, but it wasn't the full sequel we were hoping for. Imagine what Half-Life 3 could have been on modern hardware, further exploring the Half-Life universe with a new storyline and improved graphics. The potential is huge, but it seems like Valve is still keeping us in the dark. Will we ever get closure? At this point, who knows? Moving on to Max Payne. A lot of us grew up with Max's dark, noir-filled story of revenge and betrayal. Max Payne 1 and 2 were iconic, but Max Payne 3 felt like it tied up a story. Still, the series was a huge hit, and the world felt ripe for more stories. What if Rockstar gave us Max Payne 4? Max could have been handed a new case, or we could have seen a whole new protagonist, but with the same gritty, slow-motion action we all loved. Sadly, that never came to be. Instead, we're left to imagine how Max's story could have evolved, but for now, all we can do is reminisce about those iconic bullet time moments. Let's talk about The Order. 1886. When it first released, this game got mixed reviews, but one thing was clear: the world it created was fascinating. Steampunk technology, an alternate history of London, and an epic fight against monstrous enemies. The visuals were stunning for its time, and it left fans wanting more. So, what if The Order 1886 got a sequel? Imagine a larger world, deeper storylines, and an even bigger variety of weapons and enemies. The potential for a more refined experience was there, but sadly, the story ended without any sign of a sequel. Could it happen? It feels like a missed opportunity. Now, let's talk about LA Noire. This game gave us something totally unique, an open-world detective game where you actually had to solve cases by reading people's faces and piecing together evidence. The setting, the story, the vibe, it all felt fresh. But after the success of LA Noire, Rockstar never returned to it. What if we got LA Noire 2? Maybe it would be set in a different city, or maybe we'd dive deeper into the criminal underworld. There's so much more to explore in the world of crime and investigation, and fans were left craving a return. But Rockstar has stayed focused on GTA and Red Dead instead. Next up, Dantes Inferno. Based on the epic poem, Dante's Inferno had us journeying through the 9 circles of hell, battling demons, and uncovering a tragic story. It was a unique experience for its time. and at the end of the game, we got the hint that a sequel could have been in the works. What if we got Dante's Purgatory or Dante's Paradise? The combat was brutal, the world was beautifully dark, and there was a lot more room to expand on the story. But instead, we got nothing. It's a shame, because the world of Dante's Inferno could have been a legendary series. Let's move on to Star Wars: Republic Commando. This game let us live the life of a clone commando, leading a squad, fighting through battles, and making tactical decisions. It was a unique and intense Star Wars experience, and there was so much potential for a sequel. Imagine Republic Commando 2, expanding the squad-based gameplay, exploring new Star Wars worlds, and facing even more dangerous foes. Fans have been begging for it, but LucasArts decided to focus on other Star Wars projects instead. Will we ever get a return to the Republic Commando universe? We can only hope. Finally, let's talk about Dishonored. The Dishonored series is known for its stealth, choices, and beautifully crafted world. The first 2 games gave us a lot of freedom in how we approached each mission. But what if we got a third entry that took the series even further? A new protagonist, new powers, and an even more expansive world. There's so much room for growth here. But after Dishonored 2, it feels like the series came to a close. Arcane Studios moved on to other projects, but Dishonored fans are still holding out hope. Will we ever see Corvo or Emily again? Only time will tell. And that's our list of games that totally deserve a sequel. It's crazy to think about how many awesome games left us hanging, but who knows? Maybe one day we'll get those sequels we've been hoping for. What do you think? Did we miss any games that you'd love to see return? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you made it this far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time with more awesome game content.